Becoming a millionaire might seem like a far-fetched feat, but what it really boils down to is simple know-how. Let me give you a little backstory on what has led me to write this article for you. I own an eBay store. I've been a seller on eBay's platform since 2004. That's a long time. I resell items for a living. I sell used items which I acquire mostly at garage sales, thrift stores, and estate sales. Not only that, but I also sell new items, which I mostly acquire through a process called retail arbitrage. I have written past articles on this if you are interested. So don't hesitate to check out my other work on here and take a look. In my eBay store, called the Vintage Vortex, I have roughly 900 items. Many are high-dollar items, and many have multiple quantities, so if you were to look, it might show that I have 780 items or so. I've gotten these items by working like a dog, scouring the planet. But, the goal has always been to double or triple my money on those purchases. Which I do. A few days ago, I was having an ordeal with what's possibly the largest collectible stein I had ever seen. It stood 21 inches tall, so help me. It was being shipped to a buyer in New Mexico by the United Parcel Service. I had to go out and get several items to ship it, including a box large enough, some extra large size bubble wrap, and packaging peanuts. All of this took a good 2 hours, all said and done, with the errands I had to run beforehand. So, in I walk with my rather large package. I always like to get a receipt at the UPS store as proof to myself and buyer, if needed, that I did indeed drop the package off on said date. While waiting in line, I noticed an energetic middle-aged woman walk in with a large clear bin full of bubble mailer packaged items. She placed them off to the side in the floor, and left. About 2 minutes later, she walks in with another bin full. Sits all those packages down beside of and on top of the other ones she'd placed there. And another 2 minutes after that, she's carrying in an armful. The first thing that came to my mind was, okay, lady, you're starting to annoy me. She continued on doing her little thing with the packages while I waited. The clerk finally got to me, and scanned in my one box, and handed me my receipt. As I walked outside, I saw that she had pulled up to the curb just outside the store. Since it was a privately owned strip mall, she needn't worry about a ticket. Besides, I don't blame her after all I saw that she had. Curiosity got the best of me, and I had to make a comment. I said, "Wow. So you must be an online reseller." To which she replies, "I am." I asked her if she sold on eBay or Amazon by chance, and she tells me, "Oh, I sell on about 4 different platforms, including eBay and Amazon. I also do Etsy." This took me back, and for a moment I began thinking about how energetic she was, and in very fit shape. Gym body. Aside from that, she had the energy to run not 1, but 4 online reselling stores. And with no additional questions out of me, she told me, "Yeah, I sell sunscreen." Then she drove off in her brand new, sharp-looking, fully decked-out Jeep. I went home that evening with my mind racing. Prior to my writing this article, earlier in the day today, I mulled over several things. Very important things that can mean either success or failure. Things related to buying and reselling that I had somehow overlooked in the past. You see, what really dawned on me, as I looked at all the inventory scattered throughout my house on shelf after shelf, and taking up closets, was that here I had all this various-sized stuff. Yes, it's a good thing to have lots of inventory, because the more you have, the more you can sell. I don't believe in death piles waiting to be listed, because what isn't listed isn't selling. Then, I read an article on air by Lauren Como. In it, she was discussing how one single product can make a person successful. I gave 50 claps, and commented. She always writes inspiring and motivational articles here on Medium, and I admire her for her work. But, somehow seeing her article brought me back to my thinking about my 900 products, versus one product. What if? What if I didn't have the 900 items in my eBay store? If I could just think of one product that would be classified by most men or women as a need? How would that fare on eBay if I were to secure multiple quantities of just that one item? Whether I made it myself or purchased it. What I am getting at in the conclusion of this article is that in order to become a millionaire, we must first solve someone's problem. Provide a solution. That woman I saw in the UPS store was mailing off sunscreen. A needed product in the summer, lest we want to get a sunburn, or worse, skin cancer. Now, you're probably thinking it won't be summer for long. June. July. August. That's about it, right? Think again. If I am an online reseller and I offer worldwide shipping, in one location in the world it's sunny and hot, while in another part of the world it is icy and cold. So, at any given time, there's a need for sunscreen. Simple as that. You have solved a problem. Instead of having 900 items, some as large as a 21-inch stein like I shipped, you have 900 tubes of sunscreen that can easily fit inside a 9x7 mailing envelope. How easy would that be? One product. Also, just for the record, I was talking it over with my wife about the things people consider a need. She's the one who reminded me that since I do the worldwide shipping, that it's essentially summer all the time somewhere. So I give her props. We talked about the one thing that we could simply come up with, and how that's the very ingredient that makes people rich. In your journey to making your first million, you might find this article a very useful one. Sometimes instead of selling everything we could fit from an estate sale inside a big box, we have to occasionally stop and think outside that box. Sometimes the big break we seek can be right in front of us. At times, it reveals itself in our day-to-day life. Just via observation. One product. Whether you make it from scratch, or whether you find it at a huge discount and buy quantities in the hundreds, just make sure that it's a good product. A product that is needed. A product that people will go and order again when they run out of it. A product as simple as sunscreen. I hope you enjoyed my article, and I hope you find tremendous sources for wealth building in each article of mine you read. I wish only the best for my readers, and hope I bring a sense of value to the table. If you would like to subscribe and get an email when I publish something new, click here. If you haven't joined Medium yet, it's only $5 per MO. And it supports writers just like me, while allowing you unlimited reading of articles you love. Join here.